This is Andi Purewal. This is Andi Purewal of Boxing Social in association with Betfred. I'm in Nottingham and I'm joined by trainer Ben Davison. Take two. Ben, firstly, how are you?
Yeah, I'm all good, thanks you.
I'm all good. Obviously, your charge, Lee Wood, prepares to spend his WBA regular title against Wood-Conlan. Just on that front, Ben, have you had any kind of update if a super title will come into play on Saturday night?
I highly doubt it at this point. Unfortunately, I think Leo Santa Cruz has said that he has intentions to defend that title. But whatever, you know, it doesn't matter. This is a big fight and a great fight, title or no title. You know, it's a great fight, but of course, you know, we've got the WBA world title on the line, and with the situation, I think most people are in agreement that this is the WBA world title that means something.
How would you compare the test of Wood-Conlan to anything that Lee's had throughout his career?
Different. I think it's different. I think that Mick's a very versatile fighter. There's elements of Mick's game that Lee would have come across throughout his professional career, of course. But rolled into one, the versatility. But it's the same both ways, you know. There's the versatility and things Lee's got in his locker, the things that Mick wouldn't have come across in his professional career, and that's why we're here. 'Cause it's a fantastic fight.
Have initial press conferences when the fight was first announced, you know, you guys, yourself and Lee, were very confident that come Saturday night you would be successful via stoppage. Is that still the case, or as the fight's drawn ever nearer, you thought it may well be more of a points fight, it might be more of a distance fight?
Oh, like this fight reminds me of the Kanzu fight. Lee Wood has to win by knockout, can't win by points. Not only did he nearly win by points, you know, he stopped Kanzu in the 12th round while being well ahead on points. So I don't think that Lee can only win on points, can only win by stoppage. I believe that Lee is more than capable of winning on points, but I do believe that Lee will be able to create scenarios that can lead to Lee stopping Mick, of course.
And I don't know what your time frame's like, but I've just obviously had security come and tap me on the shoulder to get a jiggle on. So just kind of a final one on this before we touch on one other subject I'm sure you're probably aware. Many people ask you about this week. How much pressure is there on Lee to be successful because of what could be around the corner with victory on Saturday night?
One fight at a time, only one fight matters. If he doesn't come past this, forget about it. So, you know, whatever's next is not of any importance. It doesn't even exist. Life doesn't exist past Saturday. This is a huge fight for both guys. Both guys have put their whole lives into boxing for these moments and this moment. You know, Lee won that title, and now this is a huge fight that in the scenario that he's dreamt of as a kid in his hometown. So, this is the moment for both guys. So,
then on to that topic, Taylor Catterall going back now, just over a week now. Time to reflect on it. How would you look back on that performance from Josh, the score in the fight itself?
Oh, the performance was far from great, of course. You know, we're well aware of that. Josh is aware of that. Obviously, we was at the British Boxing Border Control Awards on a weekend, and we discussed things there as well. But we're well aware it was a subpar performance from Josh Taylor. But at the same time, it was a fantastic performance from Jack Catterall and a great game plan from Jamie and Nigel and the team as well. So taking nothing away from them. So yeah.
Was that more of a difficult fight than what you expected, or was it a matter of Josh just didn't deliver what you was expecting?
No, you know, we was very well prepared and expected exactly what Jack brought to the table. But we take responsibility for not having Josh, you know, ironing out. I spoke before the fight, mentioning things that they was going to look to capitalise on, and that's what they did. So we take responsibility for not doing a good enough job ironing some of those things out of Josh's game well enough to stop them from having some success doing so.
The Speaker of the House of Commons, Sir Lindsay Hall, sent a letter to the police about the fight and about the result. What was your reaction when you heard that news?
What are we going to do? Have the CID start scoring boxing matches? Ridiculous. This controversy is only here in the UK. Over in America, Andre Ward had Josh Taylor winning the fight. Now people can want to second guess his integrity. That's up to them. Oh, he's a top rank. ESPN, Josh a top rank fighter. Whatever. Ring Magazine had Josh Taylor win the fight by 1 point. It is only here that there is this controversy. It was a tight fight. I think what speaks volumes is if you have two random people that have the same scorecard, whichever way that scorecard may be, for Jack, for Josh, whatever, that how they've got to that conclusion, how they've got to that result, which rounds have gave who will differ. That says everything, that the fight was a difficult fight to score and a close fight, and there was a lot of swing rounds in there.
Obviously, listening to you talk there as well, and I imagine Josh is the same. How frustrating has it been to have seen such kind of an uproar about the result from your side?
Listen, do you know what it is? This is the first time Josh has received criticism like this. So for him, you know, I think it's disgusting the way people have gone on. People have this attitude like boxers or famous people aren't human, you know. For them to attack Josh the way they've attacked him or attack his family the way they've attacked him, disgusting. But you know, the rest of the team, like Tyson, Billy Joe, myself, been through this 1,000 times. I've been the best trainer, the worst trainer about 10 times over. Tyson Fury's been the best fighter and the worst fighter 1,000,000 times over. Same as Billy Joe. So unfortunately, it's part and parcel of the game. But of course, it's disappointing to see not only the way that the public and social media and the way people have behaved there, but also professionals within the sport, the way that they've kept things going, and I think almost encouraged some of this behaviour to carry on, knowing that Josh's family are receiving disgusting messages.
That was something I was going to ask about. We've seen the news and the reports of the death threats. Obviously, regardless of what people thought and scored the fight, I think everybody will agree that's not that's out of order. How does Josh feel about that? Is his family okay with it?
Well, no, of course.
Not okay with it, but are they okay in general?
Of course, you know, look, mothers, fathers, sisters, brothers, family members, friends, girlfriends, wives, even kids sometimes with some fighters. It's not okay for them to see this sort of stuff and receive messages like that. It's not okay. Do I have the answer of how to solve it so that this doesn't happen? No, I don't. Unfortunately not, but I don't know what to say. Look, how many people have we seen, I'm not just talking about in boxing, but how many people have we seen, celebrities, that receive this sort of abuse go and end up taking their own lives? One of my best friends, his brother recently took his own life, and not from this sort of situation, but it's happening far, far too often, and something needs to be done about it. Unfortunately, I don't have the answer, but I hope that sometime very soon we can find an answer.
Final one on it all, Ben. We've seen Jamie saying Josh put a post out saying as well he'd fight Jack again at 147. Is that something which is at the top of his list, or is he rather looking at the route towards trying to become a two-weight world champion?
Oh, we're keen for it. We're keen for it. You know, I think it's a great step towards that. It's a great step towards a two-weight world title. So we'll see. Obviously, it becomes a huge pay-per-view fight, in my opinion, a massively lucrative fight. But of course, you know, with the same team, with the same advisor, so I'm sure that, you know, a conclusion of what's best for both fighters will be found.
Ben, I'll leave it there now because another team seems to be ready to shoot off. I appreciate you doing this interview with me, though. Thanks for speaking to me in Boxing Social.
No problem, mate.